Welcome to All Pro Football Data. My name is Jim Coburn. In today's episode, we're talking about Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback out of Toledo. One interesting little fact about him, he was first team All-MAC in 2022 and 2023, went to the Senior Bowl and did a pretty good job. But we're going to look at his production profile to kind of see who he compares to based on various prospects from the past, based on the data work that I do. So first off, what is defensive market share data? If you're new to the channel, new to the stuff that I do, take a quick chance to pause the video to kind of see this. There's also information about it in the description. But based on his production data, he had a 60 percentile solo tackle score, 90 percentile interception score, and 90 percentile pass deflection score. So he had great ability to make plays on the football, which is a very good thing for him. This is out of 1,980 cornerbacks since the 1989 NFL draft class. Moving on to his adjusted production scores. This is where he tested a little less than spectacular. Adjusted production scores take into account his level of competition. It takes into account, the team that he was on, how strong of a team, who he faced, and then his age as a prospect. And based on those numbers, he didn't test as well. His age score is closer to like the 50 percentile, and then his pass score is more so the 80 percentile. So he had very good production, but he also did it against mostly MAC competition. I mean, again, there's some teams here and there that are not exactly MAC competition that he faced, but for the most part, most of that production was against lesser competition. Moving on to his comparisons. So these are all the cornerbacks that tested very similar to Quinyon Mitchell based on his production data. Guys like Kalen Reed, Terrence Wheatley, Xavier Howard, Greedy Williams, Jordan Poyer, Terrell Thomas, Patrick Robinson. These are the types of cornerbacks that he kind of tested similar to based on his production data. Not a whole lot of all-pro players, Pro Bowl players. Probably Xavier Howard is kind of close to that, I would say. But, kind of inconsistent. Overall, Quinyon Mitchell profiles as a backup to Pro Bowler long-term. Most cornerbacks with this profile become backups to starters based on their data. The athleticism testing and physical metrics of Mitchell will determine his upside. So ultimately, if he goes to the combine and runs really well and does well in terms of all the other drills and tests well in terms of his measurements as well, his size and other sort of stuff like that, but I think there is a good opportunity for Mitchell to become potential long-term cornerback or Pro Bowler long-term based on his data. But if he goes there and he does average in terms of his athleticism, does kind of meh in terms of most of his other stuff at the combine, I think he's closer to, say, a starter than he is high-end outcomes or even potentially a backup. So this is the conclusion of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Jim Coburn, also known as Geometrics on X, formerly known as Twitter. Check out my other work at patreon.com/jcoburn to get access to videos a lot sooner than everybody else. Also, I post a lot of my videos on there early for Patreon subscribers, and you also get access to other content that people on YouTube don't really get access to in terms of combine stuff. So be sure to check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.